She will show you how to get your babies, your kids, to be millionaire in their life. And if you don't have kids, she's going to help you to be a millionaire. So without going any further, let me welcome Adeda King.
Thank you so much, Andreen. You've done an amazing job. So proud of you, and congratulations on being a licensed financial professional. It is a super big deal to get that license, right? Because that's a license to print money. Well, without further ado, we're going to get started because we do have a packed jam evening tonight. And I see a couple of people that I want to shout out. Hey, Mama Joy. How are you? So nice to see you. Mama Joy is like my second mom. Her and my mom, they know each other from many years ago. And it's just a blessing to see Shelly Ann mom, who's also Guyanese. Shelly Ann is on. And our mom are on supporting us. It is truly a blessing. Truly a blessing. So I want to also shout out, I see here Tosha Hope, who is actually a very good friend of one of my friends back in Guyana, and he's actually a man of God. And I know he has a church up in Georgia, and he's doing some amazing things. And hopefully he'll soon be joining us as well, right? Shout out to Maria, who also just got her license. And we are actually streaming live on social media. Y'all already know, right? The Bees from the East. Got to make sure everyone gets this information. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to get started. I mean, what we do is something that's not to be taken lightly. So many people does not know this information. I say it all the time. I really wish if someone had sat my parents down and said, hey, Ingrid, Hubert, save $100 every month for the next 30-40 years. Or start with whatever you can. And as you make more money, I want you to save more money in this vehicle. And by the time you're 65 or 70, you're going to be a millionaire. And if your kids are successful, you know what? That's money that you could keep for yourself. Or if they're not successful, you could help them with some of this money. Because you see, a lot of us, we might be saving money, but we're not saving it smart. We're not saving it smart. And some of us, we're saving and we're investing, but because we don't know what we don't know, we could have had, woulda, shoulda more money, but because we don't have this financial education, I tell people, even if you've done well, imagine if you knew this information, how much more you would have accomplished in your lifetime. So we're going to talk about 3 rules of money. And guys, yes, money has rules, right? And if you did not know, that's one reason why you're dropping your coins, right? The first rule to money deals with compound interest. I didn't say this. I didn't create this. Albert Einstein did. And if you Google him, he was a famous genius scientist, mathematician. He came up with the formula for us to understand how many years it's going to take for your money to double. And the formula is pretty simple. You take the number 72 and you divide it by the rate of return, whichever rate you're getting, right? So let's say you're getting 4%. Most people are not even getting 4%. 72 divided by 4 is 18 years. So if you have 10,000 today, 18 years from now, it doubles to 20. And another 18 years, it doubles to 40. So somebody could be living in America for 36 years. And if they had saved 10,000, earning 4%, they'll only end up with 40,000 after 36 years. Can anybody retire on 40,000 any part of the U.S.? Absolutely not. But what if you were getting 12%? 72 divided by 12 is now 6 years. So you see, the formula shows us that we want to get high interest, because the higher the interest, the shorter time your money's taken to double. 10,000 today at 12%, 6 years, it's going to turn to 20. Whereas the person who was getting 4% is going to take their money 18 years to double to 20. I don't know about you. If I could get my money double in 6, I'll take 6 all day over 18 years, right? And so we continue until 36 years, this person with 12% growth is getting 640. That's the sad reality for many of us. Some of us are going to get 12% because we know where to put our money to get 12%. And we could end up with 640,000 in 36 years. And the other person who's putting their money earning 1%, 2%, 3%, not knowing this rule, they're going to end up with less money in retirement. And that's why we see today a lot of people are retiring broke, which brings me to my second book. This is why you're broke, right? There's so many people, today's statistic shows, in retirement don't even have 200,000. And even if they did have 200,000, how long is that going to last you when retirement is a 20-year period or more if we're blessed with good health, right? Now, you see, a lot of us don't know this formula, but we're paying for it in student loan, car loans, mortgages, any form of loan, credit card. Let's say your credit card is 12%, which most credit cards are not, unless you got a really stellar good credit score, right? But if your credit card is 12% and you borrow $10,000 from the credit card company, guess what? That $10,000 doubles to $20,000. So you want to pay it off before it doubles. And most people do not know this. And this is why you see some people are in debt for a very long time and they can't seem to get out of debt, right? Because their debt is compounding and they don't know this formula to divide by the interest and pay it off before it doubles, right? The second rule to money we teach family is taxes. And I can confidently tell somebody, I don't care if you have $1 million or 2 or 3 million, depending on where that money is sitting, it's going to get taxed different, right? So if you have your money in any one of these accounts, checking, savings, CD, stocks, mutual fund, which most of us do, as your money grow in these accounts, you're paying more taxes. And this is why the triangle is getting bigger, right? Every time your money grows, you're paying tax on the growth. So if your stock did well, guess what? Year end, you're going to pay tax on that growth, right? Now, what about tax later? These accounts are really benefiting primarily the government because you see, the government tells us to put our money here, but they don't tell us how much interest or tax they're going to charge us. So let's say you save your money in your 401k. Now later, you're going to pay the tax. Now, let me ask you guys a question. When you're in your 60s and your 70s, 20, 30, 40 years from now, do you guys think tax will go up or is it going to come down? Most people will say it's going to go up. It has to go up. Nothing comes down. Cost of living don't come down. Taxes is not going to come down. It's going to go up. So you see, the money that you're putting here, yes, it's going to grow. But guess what? On the back end, later, this is where Uncle Sam is going to tax you. So I'm going to bring your attention back to here. Do you want to get taxed on $10,000 today? Or do you want to get taxed on $640,000 later, 36 years from now? That's what it really is, right? How much do you want your money to be taxed on? If you get it taxed today, your money is little today. So pay the tax today, whatever it is. Because if you wait later when your money grows to a bigger amount, because it's a bigger amount, you're going to pay more taxes. 10% on $10,000 versus 10% on $640,000. Of course, you're going to pay more tax on the larger amount. So these accounts that are taxed later, it's really set up to the government to charge us taxes at a higher rate because your money would have grown, right? So people who have these accounts, when we educate you, guess what? You're going to be stacking these coins, okay? Now, what about tax advantage? Now, this is where the 1%, this is where the people who are financially educated, this is where we teach families to put their money, because the word itself, advantage, tells you it's a good thing. It's a positive, it's a plus, it's a benefit, it's good for you. So when you put your money in any one of these accounts, you're going to get tax advantage. As your money grow later, Uncle Sam can talk to you, okay? He's just going to tax you on the little money you're putting away today. But the big money that grows later, he got to pass you straight and come to these guys over here. He's going to tax these guys over here later, but us over here, he's going to have to pass us straight. Okay? So again, taxes are very important to understand because you could have a lot of money, but if it's sitting in tax later, you're still going to be broke. If you got a lot of money and it's sitting in the tax now, you're still going to be broke because you did not factor how much of that money is going to get taxed, right? And the third vehicle is investment. Everybody wants to invest. Yeah, that's good. But do we know how to invest? Well, we educated on which is the best vehicle to invest, right? So if you have your money in the bank, it is safe. You ain't losing money, but guess what? You are losing. How are you losing? To inflation. Cost of living is inflation. The price of rice, flour, sugar, anything goes up. So even though your money is safe, it is not growing because the interest that the banks give us is very little. If you have your money in the bank right now, you're not getting 3%, you are losing to inflation, right? Because inflation is 3%. So although it is safe, you're not going to get a lot of growth. What about variable accounts? This is the stock market, right? You put money in the stock market, yes, you could make a lot of money, but there is nothing guaranteed and there is nothing safe about stock market. The market go up, yes, your money's going to go up, but what about when the market comes down? Your money's going to go down. Your money's going to go down. So imagine you're 65 and you got your money in the stock market and you're ready to retire 5 years from now when you're 70 and you have $1 million in the stock market at age 65 and you say, you know what, I'm going to retire. I'm good. I got $1 million. Guess what? You're not good because you don't know what's going to happen in that 5-year span with the stock market. And we've seen it happen over and over. 2001, 2008, where people lost up to 50, 60%. And those people were set to retire. There's about 10,000 people retiring every day. So guess what? Is it important what we teach families? Absolutely, how to win the money game. And then you have index account. So what are index accounts? Index accounts are only offered by life insurance companies. You see, life insurance company realize that people want to invest money. Life insurance realized that people are tired of losing money. And they created a product called IUL, Index Universal Life, that now allows you to grow with the stock market because your money can go up. But guess what? When the stock market comes down, your money is safe. You lock your principal and you are safe. You would ever lose any money. How many people know about this strategy? 1%. This is why they're broke. 1%. When I sit with clients every day, 4 or 5 clients a day, nobody has these accounts. Why? Because we were never educated, right? This is not stuff that they teach you in school, right? So what does the IUL give you? You have growth. Your money is growing, right? Your money is growing. I spoke to my cousin yesterday. She's a nurse here, moved from Florida. She's a nurse here in New York. And she said, Odetta, why don't I know about this? I canceled my life insurance like 2 years ago because I was just tired of putting money into something that I would never benefit until I die. My kids are going to get it. And I said, yeah, there's different types, right? But here, your money's going to grow. Your money can grow up to a cap 15%. Are you getting 15% wherever you have your money right now? Right? Your money is also safe. They are guaranteeing that you will never, ever lose money. That's a super big deal, right? Because most people don't know where to get both. They know where they can grow their money or they know where they can get their money safe. 2 different vehicles. 2 different strategies, but they don't know that there's a product out there that can give you growth and safety in the same vehicle. And this is why you have people that invest with the stock market because they want to make a lot of money, and they put money in the bank because they want their money to be safe. But there's a vehicle that can give you both strategies, growth and safety, right? And what about tax-free? I just showed you the 3 rules. You want your money to be tax-free. Guys, tax-free money means more money. Tax-free money means more money. Because guess what? If you go to the dollar store and the dollar store man say, you know what, I'm not going to charge you the tax. Just pay $1. You just saved yourself 7 cents. You just saved yourself 7 cents. So you have more money now, right? Every coins add up. We don't drop coins over here. We stack coins. This is tax-free money, and tax-free money that you can touch at any age. Now, the folks that have their money in a 401k or any job retirement account is not tax-free, and you cannot touch it at any age. If you touch it prior to age 59, Uncle Sam taxes us, penalty 10%. So what if you have kids and you want to pull out 20, 30, 40 grand to send your kids to college? What if you have kids and you want to pull out 10, 20, 30 grand to buy a property? It's going to be tax and a penalty because you're under age 59. And you see, most people don't know this until they touch the money and then they get hit with a penalty and taxes. But the IUL, this account allows you to touch your money. I just spoke with another client of mine who has 2 amazing little kids, 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the 2-year-old, his birthday is July 17th. And I said, Lisa, you better tap up this one IUL. That's my boy. Ken Sirens are awesome people, and he's going to do some big things in his life. And she started chuckling. These amazing 2 kids, 2 and 4, are set up to be millionaires. It's unbelievable, right? Millionaires. If somebody had told your parents, hey, save this money, put it over here, and when your son reaches 45, 50, 55, they're going to be a millionaire, would you do it as a parent? Would you do it? Most of us would do it, of course, right? And then the last box is protection. What are we protecting? Guys, you're protecting yourself. First and foremost, protect yourself. Protect yourself from long-term care, any sickness, cancer, heart attack, stroke. Most people have no idea that every 7 to 10 seconds in the United States of America, someone is being diagnosed with cancer, heart attack, and stroke every 7 to 10 seconds. It is mind-boggling. We have doctors in our organization that are teaching this to their entire hospital and community. We got to get these people long-term care. We see what's happening in the ER every day. And this stuff is not cheap. This stuff will have you broke and wipe out your entire life savings in under 2 years. Last Saturday, we just had a webinar talking about the importance of long-term care, right? One city, one state, Washington, have already mandated, and 14 other states are looking at mandating it, because guess what? People are living longer and people are getting sick. They're not dying. They're getting sick. And if they cannot pay for these things, the government is having to pay for some, and then the other portion, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. So guess what? The government saw a need, and they're like, you know what? We need to do something about this. We need to make these people save for their own sickness. God forbid, if they get sick, they can fund these things. So this product also gives you living benefits, long-term care, critical and terminal. So you have that extra protection and peace of mind that, God forbid, if anything goes south 20, 30, 40, 50 years, or even tomorrow, financially we have things put in place to offset the bill. Because guess what? The bill still got to get paid. The mortgage still got to get paid. The rent still got to get paid. The kids still got to be fed and go to school. Who's paying for those things, right? Who's paying for that? So you're going to protect yourself first. You're going to protect your health. And yes, you're going to protect your family. Because God forbid, if we pass away, we leave the next generation better off as opposed to struggling, especially if you have kids. And what else are we protecting? Our money. Because guess what? We don't want to lose. We don't want to lose money, right? We don't want to be sued. Here in America, you'll get sued in a heartbeat. Here in New York, if somebody falls in front of your building, in front of the snow, during the snow weather, they're ready to sue you. You didn't clean your sidewalk. Guess what? Protect your money. Saving money in these types of accounts, nobody can touch it. They can take your 401k, they can take your bank account, they can take all this other stuff, but they cannot take this, right? So you want to know how to make yourself a millionaire? This is one of the strategies that we teach families. But at the end of the day, make no mistake, everybody needs to save money. Everybody needs to make more money, right? And what does one of these strategies look like? Guys, you can save whatever you can afford. Start with something, right? I have clients that are saving $2,000, $3,000, $150, whatever. Start with something because you're going to get more bang for your buck. Somebody saving $200 in 30 years, if they had saved this for the last 30 years, they would have had close to $300,000. Guys, this is your cable bill. I remember years ago when I was paying cable vision was like $200. I'm like, what the hell? I don't even have kids. I don't even watch TV. Why am I paying $200 a month on cable, right? $300 or $500. This could be someone's car note. $500, your car note. And you do that for 30 years, you have almost $800,000. It's not about saving money. It's about saving your money smart, getting more bang for your buck, right? And this is what we teach families, guys. All day, every day, we educate people how to be money smart. We educate people how to win the money game, how to be better financially, how to set the next generation up to be better, right? Because of this information, my nieces and nephews' future are so bright, they're going to be better off than me when they get to my age, right? And for all the kids that, you know, we've come to work with their parents, 20, 30 years from now, when they're adult and they see us in the streets, they're going to be like, hey, Miss King, hey, Odetta, thanks to you, my mama, you know, the house is paid off thanks to you. I graduated college free thanks to you. I got 40, 50 grand that I could put down for my first house down payment. It's a big deal, guys. What we educate with a community every day is life-changing. It's life-changing because if we don't tell these families this information, they're never going to get it. I promise you. I graduated from NYU, never learned this concept. Even the university that I teach at today, my dean doesn't know this information. If we don't take it upon ourselves and educate our community, share it with our community, they're not going to know this information. And you know what's sad? Other cultures know this information, but we do not know. And the Bible says, for lack of knowledge, we shall perish. This is one way that we can change the narrative. This is one way that we can change the story by first becoming educated yourself, putting yourself in a position to be licensed in the financial service, and share it with other families. Tell everybody about these strategies so they too can win the money game and set themselves up to be financially certain. And ultimately, when we leave this earth, because nobody's going to get out alive, guess what? Your kids and grandkids will forever talking about you. How amazing. And let me ask this question, and you guys could put it in the chat. How many of you on this chat right now or on this Zoom or on social media that you know your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, or you know your great-grandparents, or they've left you something? Did they leave you anything? I mean, I love my grandparents. I don't know my great-grandparents. And even if I did know them, what a difference had it made? They didn't leave anything. They didn't leave anything for my parents. They didn't leave anything for me. And not that I want anything either. But guys, this is the power that we have today to change and impact generations to come. Do not take this lightly. So with that being said, I'm going to close it out. If this information touched you, if you want to know more, if you want to get help with your personal finance, or maybe you want to explore the route of becoming on board with us and teaching it to your community. Because you see, World Financial Group, we're everywhere. We're in every major state. We're in every state pretty much. And because of COVID, you can do all of this on a Zoom, right? You could be zooming and booming all day from the comfort of your home, right? So if you want to learn more, get in touch with the person who invited you and let us know what stood out to you, which track you'd like to be on. If you want to be on the client side, set up a free financial consultation to get help, review your own assessment of what you have for yourself. And if you want to know more about the business side, again, get in touch with the person who invited you so we can show you the business track. And you have to qualify, right? You have to qualify to do this business. You got to be clean. You can't have no criminal records. You can't have a lot of stuff because the state is not going to give you your license, right? So I'm going to turn it back over to Andreen. This is her grand opening. I believe next Wednesday we will have another one because as our new agents get licensed, we're helping them to kick off their business because most of us, we come from different backgrounds. So when I started here, nobody knew me for this. They knew me for teaching. They knew me for being a corporate hotel exec. And now I had to let all these people know, hey, this is what I'm doing now, right? So if you need these services or if you don't need these services, I want you to know what I do now. So when you are ready, guess what? Call your girl Odetta. So Andreen, I'm going to turn it back over to you and leave any lasting words and close us out.
Hey guys, I don't know about you, but this information is just fire to me. I'm telling you, every single time I hear